The open interest and the Bitcoin funding rates are exploding while Bitcoin is really close right now to $60,000. And now the big question is, will we break through $60,000? Will we create today a new all-time high? Or is something else about to happen here? That is what we need to talk about. And I also give you, by the end of the video, some new altcoin trades that I believe are ready to pump. If you want to know what I'm talking about, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let's get into it. So first of all, I want to have a look here on the 50 minutes chart. As you remember, guys, yesterday I gave you here the picture perfect trade, basically, even though we were already considerably really high price-wise at 57,000. I think I gave it to you at 57,100, $200, something like that. I told you when we break $57,400, $500, you can enter this trade. I mentioned to you guys it is quite risky, but you could technically enter this trade, and learn and behold, we smashed the take profit point here once again. To show it to you guys here. So take profit was $59,457. So we hit this target, and now we went a little bit higher than that to $59,615. The big question is, will we hit $60,000? I believe here, based on the 50 minutes chart, it is definitely possible. If we don't see a massive rejection that brings us back to like 57 and potentially cascading then lower and lower, I think we could see here another consolidation phase, basically what's happening here right now. Pennant, something like this, and then continuation. So of course, this can also turn out later to be a bull flag. It's way too early to say what this can turn out to. You know, it could be also that we are starting to create a rounding top and bye-bye. So it's way too early, you know, at least on 50 minutes to jump to any conclusions. The point here to be made is, you see, even when we are getting into these higher price levels and everything is super overheated, my strategy is still working. I gave it to you yesterday and also the other day, couple days before. I told you there is a way how you can trade even when prices are close to all-time highs. You know, you just need to know how to do that. If you want to jump into the next trade for Bitcoin and altcoins, don't forget, use a BYBIT for this. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free if you use my specific link. Or if you want me to be trading on your behalf like a fund manager, then go to Margex. There you can copy trade me with that specific link. I have now already put some money into it, a little bit, just $2,000, but I wait for the approval. I will message later my BD manager on Margex that he is expediting that. So, and you see here, AMCrypto is the name for the strategy where you can find me. And yeah, then I will be trading as a more or less a fund manager for your funds on Margex if you have an account. The funding rates, guys, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. First of all, we saw yesterday the highest net inflow into the Bitcoin spot ETF, which resulted in over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin that was bought. And here you see the traded volume, you see a BlackRock, and what was the other one? Fidelity. BlackRock and Fidelity were the biggest buyers yesterday here by volume. So, and here Eric Balchunas, I hope I pronounced it correctly. He also said here another intense volume day for the 9 with well over 2 billion traded. BYBIT broke its personal record again with 1.3 billion. For context, that's more than most large cap US stocks trade. I don't know if this is a new normal or some kind of short-term algo ARP related burst a la HODL. So he is not sure if there's just a fling basically, or if this is the new normal and that it will just keep going that way, you know. But I can tell you, if we keep going that way, now for the next 5 minutes, what I'm going to show you is something that you can throw out of the window, you know. So, but I believe we're really close here to see the pop of the bubble that we are in right now, at least in the short term. I'm not saying that we will not continue to go higher after the halving. You know, I'm just saying we are close to seeing here a major flush to the downside, and it will catch a lot of people off guard. And you also going to see that a lot of people get liquidated and their whole portfolios get wiped out because they were not prepared for that. When we're looking here at Velo data, I can show you here the Bitcoin open interest here on Binance. So here almost $5 billion in open interest, BYBIT 3.5 billion, then here on OKX 1.4, and on Deribit 715 million. So everybody is long like crazy. That's why we have so high interest here. Also Bitcoin open interest here, you see a better chart for this, so look here on the date, so over the last 3 months, which date is this here? November 30. Okay, so let me actually zoom out to a year that you understand how much interest is in here. We are at record highs open interest. So I'm not sure if we ever had so much open interest in the market. Let me see here all. No, you see here, we are at peak open interest of over $10.5 billion. This is insane, guys. So you have to understand, everybody is long. So, and what happens at some point is that we're gonna get a long squeeze, a long liquidation. So, and with so much open interest, this will be devastating. So that's why I'm calling for caution, guys. I'm not saying don't trade, just be cautious when you are trading. At least over the next couple of days, until we get here an open interest flush, we have to come back here. I can imagine that we could see a flush of like $4 billion in open interest or something like that, So that, of course, will have a massive impact on the price, So we should not kid ourselves here. When we go here to the funding rates, you see here, super hot all the way, so look here at the yearly funding rates. Here on BingX, 64.93%, here on Binance, 37.89%. For Solana, it's 92%, so over the whole year. So these are crazy funding rates, guys, So also here on the heat map, where was the funding rate heat map? I had it here somewhere. Funding rate heat map. Look here, yellow is really bad, really bad. So I don't know for what reason here BNB basically has negative funding rates, so and is kind of neutral, so I don't get it why only BNB is the outlier here, but everything else, as you can see, every altcoin, Bitcoin, everything is super high here in funding rates. So, and there has to be a flush at some point. You see this also here. Here was a big, what was this here? From 14th to February to like the 20th of February, we got a reset, a flush where the funding rates came down, and then they went what we are basically experiencing right now. So, and we need to see this again, that the funding rates are coming down, and that can only happen one way, and that is that the leverage gets flushed out of the market. So, and that is what we need to see here. When we go here to liquidation levels, as you can already imagine, there is nothing above us anymore. Nobody is short anymore, so nobody is short here based on the liquidation levels on BYBIT, so we took out here this level of $59,500. So above us, there's nothing, so there is, of course, sell orders. Actually, let me show it to you. So let's see where are right now the big levels that we need to watch here for Bitcoin. So you see here $60,000 is right now the biggest level to watch. And then above there's a little bit at 61. It's a little bit at 61.3. Let's see, is there something at the all-time high? Yes, so and then you see around 64, 65. It's again super hot. And then ultra hot here at 68 and 70. So it's crazy. So there are already orders stacked here, even above 70, 75, so here 80. I'm not expecting that we are breaking right now 80, that we would go that high, so, but 60 is right now here in the cards, so Bitcoin is retracing right now a little bit. We see here some bigger sell volume coming in, but I'm not concerned about that just yet, so Bitcoin might actually pump you a little bit higher. If we are breaking 59,500, basically the next target is $60,000. So here, it got already absorbed, you see this here with these balls, so they are representing volume, here on the chart. So you see here that what was sold was directly here absorbed, you know, so now more buying is again happening to try to push the price again higher for Bitcoin. So $60,000 is right now here the biggest sell, the imminent biggest sell wall that we have above us. And if we break through that, then the next small, then it's a small one at 61. And then the next bigger one is actually around 63. So I'm a little bit hesitant to believe that we are getting to like 63, you know, so but like 61 is actually something that I'm looking at. Now here on the liquidation heat map, also here you see there's nothing anymore. I'm already on a monthly, you know, so if I go here to a 3 month, I think I will also not find anything. So you see above us, there's nothing anymore. So everybody is just long like crazy. So, and when you see something like this, you know, that nobody is short anymore and everybody is long. Now, here on the weekly chart, we have broken the 0.786 that I spoke about for a long time. And if we close the weekly here, I believe that we at least come back to retest here 56 or something. So, but the next imminent target above us is here 61,391. So that is the next target here. So if we smash through that unexpectedly, then we should be prepared that we might maybe already go for a new all-time high. Like I said, I would love to see that. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of the biggest bots out there, you know. So, but I'm also a realist, you know. So, and I'm telling you what I'm seeing here. And Bitcoin breaking now above $61,000 would be the nail in the coffin for absolute euphoria and FOMO in the market to see a new all-time high. You know, so if we break that, I believe we see a new all-time high. But for the time being, I'm more cautious. From what I see, you know, with the funding rates, with indicators and so on, that we'll roll over from here and come here back to the golden ratio, at least to the golden ratio here on the weekly chart. Here on the 12-hourly chart, also here you see the stochastic RSI starts to flatline. The MACD is still wide open and the RSI is also still going up. So we can still continue to go here a little bit higher before we have to come down. But the question is, how much higher can we go before we see here a really big retracement on Bitcoin? So, and just don't kid yourself, you know, so it will definitely be happening. But of course, enjoy the ride, you know. So if you're still in, enjoy the ride as long as it's lasting. Just make sure that you adjust your stop losses, especially if you're in the trade that I've given you yesterday. Just make sure that you have your stop losses and trail them really tight to the upside, just to make sure that if this starts turning around, that you will get out, because you don't want to get stuck in a trade that you open at $57,000 and you find yourself back at 50,000 and get liquidated. With the Bitcoin dominance, we see exactly happening what I was expecting. Remember, guys, I told you if we break here above 56, we would break here also 53% and push here for this horizontal line. If we touch 61,000, we will be at 54.31% on the Bitcoin dominance. But again, I expect from there that we're rolling over. I'm not expecting that the Bitcoin dominance is making here high compared to this one here, you know. So this is a lower high. I expect this to remain also a lower high and also not an equal high, you know. I also don't believe that this will become an equal high compared to this lower high. As long as we are staying under 54.3%, I believe that this will be another lower high. And that means that we are turning around and getting a massive, massive run in altcoins. And I know all of you want to see that run to be happening. Now, when we go to the total market cap, the total free, so here you see already, this is going completely nuts. I told you, if this is breaking through like a hot knife through butter here at $2 trillion, this can go to like 2.18 trillion, $2.2 trillion approximately. We were really close to touching this already. Also here, I'm not expecting that we're breaking through that level. So we could wick through this, but I think that we're rolling over then, and we will come at least back to $2 trillion, which would be a 10% drop in the total market cap. And of course, altcoins will get hit heavy at that moment. So I'm actually looking depending on how we are reacting here. So here I again want to watch closely what's going to happen with the weekly close. So if we are staying beneath this, then I will start shorting some altcoins. If we break through here, but we are basically creating a wick and close something like here, I will be also looking at some shorts on altcoins that are heavily overheated. Actually, what was the website again where I see the heat map? Was that also not here? That's what I was looking for. Look at the RSI heat map. So everything that's here in that red area from 70 to 80, these are coins that you want to start shorting when Bitcoin turns around. You know, so these are the coins that you want to start shorting, and the ones that are here at 40, 50, they have still a lot of room to run here. Basically, also up to 60. You know, so these are the coins that you can potentially trade on the retracement, and all the others here that are heavily overheated, these are the ones that you want potentially short. So just be aware of that. So, but like I told you, I have some coins that we can potentially trade here right now, and I will get into this in a moment. So let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is here breaking to the upside and still going parabolic. I have to extend here a little bit the parabola already. So again, the target for Ethereum, as long as Bitcoin is playing along, is either going sideways or is pumped to the upside, remains $3,625. But remember, the $3,500 is a psychological level for Ethereum. So I can imagine that we're going to see some struggle around there to break this. But if we're breaking it, then we are touching the 2.618. And from there, I expect then a retracement back with Bitcoin dropping to like 3,100, 3,100 basically here around the golden ratio. So that is the level that I'm looking at for taking new longs in Ethereum once Bitcoin has dropped and is done with that drop after how high it actually goes. So now altcoins that I'm looking to trade is, for example, Injective. Injective is one of them that I'm looking at. So Injective was here on the daily in this symmetrical triangle or pennant, whatever you want to call it. We broke a little bit prematurely for my taste. I would have liked to seen it be broken kind of like here, actually kind of like here in that vicinity is where I would have liked to seen it to be breaking out. So it broke out prematurely. So that could lead to that we will come back down a little bit, consolidate, and then get the breakout. So if we're not staying above it. So if we stay above it, everything is fine. Just have a tight stop loss. So what I would do is, if you want to trade this, you can enter now if you want to. So, but have a stop loss around here, this level at $37.45. So don't leverage here with like 50x or 20x, you know, so that's too much. But like 5x would be reasonable. If you trade here with 5x from current prices, you can still make it like 200%, you know, to the upside. So the target is $56.20. So that is more than enough, you know. So if you make 200% on a trade like this, this is nuts, you know. So that is one of the trades I'm looking at right now. Then another one is Matic. If Matic can break here, and you're going to see this, a lot of altcoins that I'm showing you having this line. So we have here again the bull market territory on the weekly chart. So here we broke the first time into bull market territory. Then we dipped and then went to a new all-time high. And when we broke above that line here again, we went into a bearish phase. Then we broke here last year slightly out of it, short-lived, and then came back under it. And then this was acting as resistance, as you can see here, here where we try to get close to it. Then here, these two. Now we are just at this level here once again. So if Matic can break that level and flip this into support, then the next targets, the imminent next targets for me here for Matic are the golden ratio, $1.16, $1.19, and then $1.33. These are the targets I'm looking at. So I will be longing Matic if we are breaking above that level and close the weekly candle above this level. And then if we would turn around and come back down for like 1 or 2 weeks or something because Bitcoin is dropping, then every 10 cents that we go lower, I will be dollar cost averaging into this long position. RNDR is another one that I'm looking at. Also here you see we have here this pennant that we are trading in right now. Also here, if we are breaking, so you can technically, if you are a little bit trigger happy and want to front run this trade, you can at $7.55 already enter this. Just be aware that we need a confirmed break here at $7.70 for this pattern to play out, you know. So, but if you want to jump the gun, $7.55 would be your entry, and your stop loss would be $7.43, something like that. Actually, let's make it here $7.39. Would be then your stop loss. So if you are entering here at the break of $7.70, $7.55 becomes your stop loss, and the target here up is $8.55. So this is one of the other coins that I see here potentially running. Then here Ethereum Classic, if we can close today's candle above the golden ratio that we just broke in at $28.77, this will become a buy for me because it's tied to Ethereum. You know, I told you if Ethereum is running, Ethereum Classic is running, and you see this here now unfolding. You know, I told you this like, I don't know, 2-3 days ago. No, yesterday. So I told you, yeah, if Ethereum runs, you see here also Ethereum Classic is running to the upside. Here the target is the golden ratio around $40. That's where I would be taking profit. You can either trade spot or on leverage, but if you do it on leverage, just be aware you should have low leverage on this, you know, so, and a tight stop loss. So here my stop loss would be at $27.14. So from the golden ratio, that might be 5%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 6%. So here again, 5-6x leverage in the maximum that I would be taking here. And also be careful that for now, the indicators are showing that we should turn around here. It doesn't mean that we have to. Again, in a bull market, sometimes you can throw the indicators out of the window, especially when Bitcoin is going parabolic. But just what I want to say here, be cautious, you know, so be cautious here. If it turns around, just wait for a retest and another break, unless we would here breaking under like $25, you know, so then I would be looking here at this level to take a long at $23.38 would be then the level that I'm looking at. Then FDM, yeah, FDM is already going. Where was the other coin I wanted to show you guys? I remember. So I have to just which chart? Give me a second. Dot here on the weekly has so much more room to go to the upside. This is something that you can enter when we are breaking above $8.51, so really close to this. And then the imminent target would be here $9.69, $10.41. If we would break above this, then yeah, DOT basically leaves a really long accumulation phase. Oh, we are maybe trying to break here already and starting to get here into bull market territory, you know. So here on the daily, we might also need a small retracement. You know, we are going up here for like 7 days already, you know, so this went up like 20% in a week. So, but here on the weekly, there's so much more room to go to the upside for Polkadot. So definitely also on my watch list to trade this first to $10.44 and then potentially even higher than that, you know. So I'm looking at building long positions on these coins that I keep during the whole bull run, you know. So, but it is too early, you know, for a swing position here. You need to have that flush in Bitcoin first, where everything gets dragged down before you can look at building these kind of positions, unless you start really small. You know, I have some where I kind of dipped into it just a little bit, you know, so, but I'm really cautious with that right now. So, yeah, but if we would break here really quick, $10.44, then the next target would be up here, like $13.06, $14, around these levels. And then the other one here, also symmetrical triangle, ascending triangle that we are forming here. So we are trying to break here for a long time now above the 0.786 at $111. Here on the daily, you see there's also so much more room to go to the upside. If we can flip this level finally, then I believe that we could see a pop to $163. here based on a technical target and a move into the golden ratio here at $177. The imminent target would be 124, 127. But yeah, if we flip that into support here on the way up, then 177 is definitely a go for Solana. And this can also be happening really, really quick, guys. So if you want to trade this and you want to be safe, then wait for the break of $118 here out of the pattern to take that breakout trade. And if you're a little bit, again, risk adverse, at $112 with 4 hourly close would be the level that I would be entering here. This specific trade with a stop loss at $107. I think I had one more, and then I had a trade open, guys. I had a trade open like 2 days ago, and I closed it at 45.1. Yeah, 45.1 was the level where I closed it. Now it's like, okay, it's like 6% that I missed. But yeah, still, it pains me to see that it's exploding right now. But yeah, what should I do? What should I do, guys? Guys, you have all the trades. You know you should be cautious out there. Let me know in the comments what you are doing. And yeah, don't forget to tune in again tomorrow. Let's see what's happening. I hope we break $60,000. I just want to see it. You know, I don't want to trade it, but I want to see it. And don't forget, smash off the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.